So I just finished watching the Gamesters of Triskelion. This is the episode that brought all of the bad Star Trek cliches together nicely with a little bow on top. We had godlike alien beings abducting the crew. We had cheesy fight scenes. We had Kirk without a shirt and him making out with some random girl that he just met who wanted to fall in love with him. We had Spock being cranky. We had just lame lines and ridiculous acting. And I don't know how I feel about this episode, in all honesty. I don't think I liked it. I really don't. I found myself kind of nodding off and wanting to do something else while watching it. But at the same time, I was kind of intrigued by, wow, this is all those bad cliches I'd ever heard about were right here. And it was so true. I mean, the premise is basically that the Enterprise is going to go do something, check out a planet, and in the meantime, Kirk, Uhura, and Chekhov get transported to this other planet, and they're forced to fight in a gladiatorial ring for these super beings. We've seen all these elements before. I think that's what I didn't like about this, is it was just a rehashing. There was no new ideas. The overuse of Kirk in this episode really got to me. I like Kirk as a character. I like William Shatner's acting as him. Yeah, it's really cheesy, and we can go on and on about that. But I like the other characters, and they weren't really in this. Chekhov had one little funny scene, which she's always kind of charming in. Uhura could have been really utilized, and she just kind of was a filler. Up on the Enterprise, we could have had some great dialogue between Scotty and Spock and Bones, but we don't get that. I guess at the end of it, this episode was kind of a letdown. And it was really hokey. This is not one that I would recommend showing to somebody like, hey, yeah, you want to get into Star Trek, watch this. Because this really is like the worst of all those cliches put into one. The plot, I mean, it was solid. I'm not going to say it was a bad story. It was a little dumb, but it wasn't bad. And it flowed, and it made sense for the most part. And there weren't parts of it that I was like, huh? Wait, what's going on? It was pretty consistent, but it was the lowest common denominator, I guess we could say. This really was. This was playing Star Trek safe. There was no risks taken in it, like some of the more adventurous episodes. It wasn't really funny like some of the more humorous episodes. It was just there. So that's what I've got to say on this episode, because there's not much more, and I will see you guys later.